Are you ready to buy a home, but you have a lot of questions? Today we're going to talk about some of the questions I've been asked lately about buyers who are ready to buy a home, and we're going to start right now. Hi, thanks for coming back to my channel. I'm Rabbia, and I'm a realtor in the Temecula Valley area. I post new videos every week, so make sure you click on that subscribe button and the bell so you get notified every single time I post a new video. Today, let's talk about some of the top questions I've been asked lately from buyers who are ready to buy a home. The first thing I get asked a lot is, do I really need to have a pre-approval from my lender? Absolutely. That is one of the most important things. It lets you know exactly how much money you qualify for, so you know how much home you can afford. Now that's really important because you don't want to fall in love with the home and then you're really bummed out because you find out it's more than you can pay for. It also helps you get your loan estimate from the lender. That'll tell you exactly what you need for your down payment and also for your closing cost. It lets you know how much money you need to come in with. That way, if you're thinking, well, I don't have quite that much money, so I need to save just a little bit more. Maybe you need a few extra months to save that extra money so you have enough for your down payment and your closing cost. Makes it so that you're ready, so that everything's ready by the time you're ready to go search for homes and put in that first offer. Also, having your pre-approval from your lender lets the agents know that you're serious about this, that you've done your homework and you've gone ahead and you've gotten ready for this. Now, especially right now, a lot of times we can't even show a home unless we send the pre-approval over to the seller's agent, because the seller wants to make sure that they've got people that are qualified coming in their home looking, and it's not just people that are just out, for a friendly little drive on a Sunday and they stop by an open house. So they want to make sure that buyers are very qualified to buy their home. Now the next thing is, how long does it really take to buy a home? Well, from start to finish, it can take anywhere from maybe 2 months plus all the way 6+ months. It just kind of depends. A lot of people start their search at the very beginning online. So they start looking at homes online, kind of narrow down what kind of homes they like, what areas they want to buy in, and then they can kind of zone in on that. That way then they can talk to their agent and say, okay, I know this is the area I want to buy in, I like this style of homes, and we can start looking. So once you put your offer in, most escrows are typically about 30 to 45 days. Some can go a little bit quicker. It depends. If people are putting down a really large down payment, maybe they're paying all cash. If they're paying all cash, it can be a quick close. You can close in 7 to 10 days maybe. If you have the loan, it's going to take a little bit longer, but still typically we're looking at about 30 to 45 days from opening up escrow to closing escrow and getting the keys to your new home. Now, what is a seller's market? That's a big question right now. Now, the seller's market is when our inventory is really low. So we have very few homes on the market, but we have tons of buyers out there looking for homes. So what happens then is the inventory is down, so the price goes up, up, up. And that's what we're seeing happen right now. With interest rates being so low right now, there's a big buyer pool because buyers are very interested in purchasing a home, especially maybe first-time home buyers, because they're thinking, this interest rate is so low right now, I want to buy before those rates start going up. So with that low inventory and then the low interest rates, it's definitely hiking the prices up a little bit, makes it definitely a seller's market. Now a buyer's market is the exact opposite. So in a buyer's market, we have tons and tons of homes on the market, an overabundance of homes. And there are buyers out there, but buyers have their look of homes. So they can maybe go and they look at many, many homes before they find the one that they really want, because they can be very, very picky. They don't have to pick, one of the first ones they see because they know it's gonna go off the market right away. In a buyer's market, it's not gonna happen. So they're gonna have much larger pool of homes to look through. Also, there may be some new homes being built. So homes that are a little older in neighborhoods nearby there, sometimes they're gonna have to drop their prices so that they can compete with those new homes that are on the market. Again, that's great for a buyer, so it makes it a much better buyer's market at that time. How much do I have to pay my agent when I buy a home? The good news for buyers is that typically it is little to no money that a buyer has to pay their agent to represent them. So you have the seller's agent and you have the buyer's agent. So the seller's agent has worked with the seller, they've come up with their contract, they've signed it, they've decided on how much the amount of commission that the seller's gonna pay. So the seller pays that to the seller's agent, to the listing broker. Then when the buyer comes in, so the buyer's agent brings the buyer, they put the offer in, the offer is accepted. When they close, the listing broker pays the buyer's broker. That way, the buyer's agent gets paid through their broker. So typically, it's very little to absolutely no money that the buyer has to bring in to pay their agent when they're ready to purchase a home. For most home sales, you have two agents. You have one that represents the seller, and then you have one that represents the buyer. The listing broker represents the seller. And so they've worked with the seller and they've decided on the compensation that they're going to receive. So they're compensated for selling the home and then for marketing the home. They may be sold for, getting money for the pictures and marketing the home, all those kind of things. Then when it's time to close the escrow and close the sale, then the listing broker is the one who pays the buyer's broker. So that's how the buyer's agent gets paid, is through their broker. So it's typically not anything that the buyer has to pay at all towards their agent in order to get into their new home. Thanks for watching my videos. If you're enjoying these videos, make sure you let your friends know and have them come check out my YouTube channel. Stay tuned for my next video.